Are rental properties a good investment inside London or out of it? There's a saying that if you own a property inside London, eventually you will be a millionaire. But what about outside of it? In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my honest opinion on it all. So I feel like there's a massive fixation over buying property in the capital, but that doesn't necessarily make it the most profitable place to rent out property. Or does it? But before I go about answering this question for you guys, could you do me a favor? And that's to support my channel by liking this video, sharing it too, and subscribing with notification bell on as well. So back into the subject at hand. Are rental properties a good investment inside London or better outside of it? Really what we're asking here is which one's more important to a rental property investor, capital appreciation or the rental income each and every month? Because the properties inside London are known for the dramatic price rises, which heavily correlates to the capital appreciation. You guys know the actual value of the property increasing. It's known to increase by a lot inside London compared to outside of it. I mean, just look at the February 2021 average house price in London. For example, a property that's worth 500k, you can expect an annual increase by 5%. That means by the end of the year, you're expecting the price of the property to increase by £25,000, people. Imagine after owning that property for decades, you're talking about doubling, tripling, quadrupling the price of that property. It's crazy how the prices move in London when it comes to houses. However, an important thing to take note of as well when it comes to rental properties is the rental profit. And one of the best parameters to look at the rental profit is the ROI, the return on investment. And it's basically the rental income minus the rental expenses to give you a rental profit times by 12 months to give you an annual profit, all of that divided by the initial investment. Now, the initial investment can include the deposit costs, renovation costs, legal costs, survey costs, any other costs associated with you acquiring that property, and has required you to take money out of your own pocket. And what it basically shows you is how effective your investment is at making you even more money. So the higher the ROI is, the more profitable that investment is going to be when it comes to rental income alone. So let's put some figures into it. Let's say we want to buy a 100k property outside of London that gave us a rental profit roughly £500 each and every month. And in order for us to acquire that property, we need to take out the 75% loan to value. Well, that works out as roughly a 25% deposit. So that means £25,000 you're paying in deposit. Cool. But to take the property to a good living standard requires an additional £15,000. And that also includes any other costs associated with purchasing the property too. That calculates as an ROI of roughly 15%, which is fairly reasonable. But let's say we want to take the property from outside London to inside London. Well, automatically the price rises by 4 to 5 times. And unfortunately, so does the ROI change too for the worst. So let's say the property is now £400,000 instead of £100,000. And we assume that the profit, the renovation costs and the loan to value all stay the same. Well, that gives us an ROI of roughly 5.2%. And it's because of the difference from the deposit money changing from £25,000 to now what is £100,000, guys. This just shows that when you look at rental income alone, it's better to take your money elsewhere outside of London when it comes to rental properties compared to inside London. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people back in London that will say, surely the rental profit will increase, which is true. The rental profit is likely to be more inside London compared to outside, but my counter argument to that is so will the cost be too. So it's probably the case of taking 5 steps forward, but also taking 5 steps back after all. Or another way of thinking about it is that for you to get a 15% ROI in London for that price, that purchase price, your rental profit, not income, profit, has to increase by 3 times, guys. And this is very difficult to do. This refers to the problem with the rental properties inside London compared to outside. Yes, the prices increase dramatically for purchasing a property, but unfortunately the rental doesn't increase. The two aren't as closely related as you would initially think. So just because the prices inside London may skyrocket, the rental prices all across UK tend to average out to similar amounts. And this is a very valid reason why a lot of property investors may prefer, buying a rental property outside London compared to inside, because their money is going to be used more efficiently when it comes to rental property alone. Yes, the price of the property, the capital appreciation may skyrocket inside London, but frankly put, guys, it's the rental income that pays the bills at the end of the month. Why spend all of your large amount of money on one property inside London that, yes, will drastically increase over the years, and you can divide that money into several chunks and acquire so many more properties outside of London that will give you better return on your investment. It's just a no-brainer, guys, but that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the description box below. I want to add as well that there are some anomalies. You can't paint the whole UK with the same brush, guys. But this is the general gist, I feel. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video, guys, share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. It's your favorite YouTuber, Disneyland Finance, sharing my thoughts and my experiences with you guys every Sunday at 3 PM. Have a great day, people. Bye. Whoa.